Welcome back to the channel that is W.K.R.H 12 Productions. I'm Keith, and we are, we got a new video out here. This is a new video, and the new video is the month custom and purchase vehicles for the month of February. Yeah. So we have some new items out, but most of them are customized. And bear with me, we're going to try to get through all of them. We don't have very much this time around. And I always say that, and we always have a 1 hour we always have a 1 hour video somewhere along the line. Try to get this going. The studio is not up to snuff here. So we're going with this. The Twin Cities, put Chevy Tahoe. Yeah, I think it's a green light series, if I'm not mistaken. Twin Cities is probably a fictional unit, but there is a city in Minneapolis, Minnesota that they consider Twin Cities. Yeah. And get you to zoom in on this. Has a SWAT vehicle for Twin Cities. Number 5. We left it like it is because it is a good police design. Has its own light bar. Good design in the back. No push bar. Nicely done. Wheels look like they came from a, the wheels on this vehicle make it look like it's what they call it. Zombie vehicle. Yeah, apocalyptic vehicle. But yeah, nicely done here. A post-apocalyptic vehicle. Yeah, I can't even say that properly, but you know what I mean. Has a tow hitch on the end. Nicely done. Also gave you a little bit of a design there on the top. And disregard the number on the top. Disregard that label. That's for inventory purposes. But the rest of the vehicle you can look at. And I'm going to show you the trailer here that it came with. Twin Cities Police Emergency Response Team Mobile Command. Lovely. Lovely. See, we can bring in any vehicle if you want. In the studio if you want. I love that. Don't know if I'm going to decorate it or leave it like it is. It looks good just like it is. And then I might buy another one if and then redecorate it the way I want to for maybe a particular unit or our unit, which is our fictional unit, Monroe County Police. But nicely done. Nicely done. We have this one's the Montana Livestock Association 1992 Ford Bronco. This is it here. I think it's out to Yellowstone delivery, but don't hold me to that. Nicely done. I just love the Bronco and the way they designed it for the times. I wasn't paying attention back in 1992 looking at vehicles like this. Now I am in love with these vehicles. It has a spare tire rack on the back. It's mostly a slick top unit. And it being a livestock association, I'm not sure if we're going to keep that unit, but we might make it an FBI unit. That's that's what we're planning on doing with that one. Now the debate is whether we're going to customize it or must customize this one, or we're going to save this one to add to the collection and purchase another vehicle and purchase another one. because it came in packs. Well, we purchased another one and then we customized that one. Most of you encouraged me to do that and do it that way than anything else. So we'll see. We filed for our taxes, so we should have a refund coming. That'll cover this. We buy another one. And since we're doing, you know, quite a few commissions, we'll let you, it'll be a minute before we get to this vehicle anyway to customize it. So by that time, everything should be good to go to customize. You can buy another unit. You can buy another one of these and customize it. This is also the Montana Livestock Association, but this one is a 2018 Ford F-150. This one came with the Bronco. They had a trailer for it. I don't have the trailer available. Yeah, I put these trailers in the area where I have a lot of trailers in there, and can't quite reach it. But nicely done. I love this vehicle. Yeah, the Ford F-150s, these trucks. I'm starting to fall in love with it. Not, the wheels are manageable. I can deal with that. Has a tow hitch in the back. License plate. Yeah, I think I put the license plate on there. Who knows? But anyway, got it on there. Also put the light bar on there because we're going to make that an FBI vehicle. We're going to make this an FBI vehicle as well. But I did the light, I installed the light bar on there myself. Everything else, though, is still the same. And I do mine backwards. We customize the first one, and then if we see another one that we can get our hands on, we'll get that. Customize first, ask questions later, then get another one that if you wanna store it on the shelves. Yeah, we kind of do it that way. We're bass backwards that way. Nicely done. Ooh, we're back to there. Capiche? Oh, by the way, this vehicle, the Twin Cities Police, is a Johnny Lightning casting. Not bad. This one is a green light casting. Another Ford F. Oh, let's give me shoot. Yeah, no. Ford F-150. Yep. 2020 Ford F-150. And we customize it, make it to the Maine State Police. Pull light bar, added decals. Decals by Miss Rhonda Corelli for the police decals and deals. One of many vendors that we use for decals. Thank you, Miss Rhonda. As far as decals, and yeah, like I said, I'm not going to lie, we use a lot of vendors on this one. We use several vendors. Heck, there's some we make ourselves. Yeah, we can make some ourselves. And we started out making some ourselves, and then use the vendors to try to build a rapport with them and check their quality out. And we don't do any type of review or anything, but I assure you, these are good quality decals from Miss Rhonda, because we really go out of our way and purchase, and we probably purchase a very good portion of these decals from her. Nothing on the top other than our label number for inventory purposes, but that's pretty much it. I'll give you one more good shot here. The casting was already blue, so it made it easier to do this unit. Here we go. Alright, I think the rest is customized. Let's go with a little bit of a pink brigade here. Green light, Santa Rosa County Sheriff, with their pink brigade type design on their vehicle. This is a Dodge Charger. This is like a 2016 Dodge Charger. We kept it a slick top. We saw an image on the Google Images, but we kept it a slick top according to the Google Images. We did put decorated visor lights on it, on the visor, and install the decals on it. Blank vehicle, blank Dodge Charger. Then we made it into the Santa Rosa County Sheriff. Pink Brigade. On top of the hood, Fight Like a Girl. Let me zoom in a little bit. Show you that. Nicely done. Whoops. There we go. Decals are by excuse me, Cardinal Police Diecast. Thank you, gentlemen. Y'all did a great job on this as well. Kind of left a license plate on there. This wasn't a blank casting, by the way. This was a unit that we refurbished to this unit. That's what we did. But we made it into a blank. But when we refurbished it, we took all their decals off and made it into a blank casting. But nicely done all the way around. We have a few of these castings that we're doing custom work on. So, great job here. Outstanding. No push bar. And visor light bar that we decorated on there. I don't know if you could tell for sure, but who knows. Got it there. Got a few specialty vehicles. This is one that we made for the diecast Misfits, so to speak. Made it and got it done on time, and then forgot to do a video for it. Reason being, the day we wanted to do a video, we got called in for work, and then we forgot, and we forgot after that. But anyway, here's that design for the diecast Misfits build that was done in the month of February. Painted pink. We got it's a good pink color here on that, and we did the decals ourselves to decorate it into what you see here. And nicely done. We painted the hood and the trunk black. Kept it a slick top vehicle. This is off a Hot Wheels casting. Cupid Police, which means this is a fictional unit, of course. Nicely done though. Kept the wheels like it was. It just looks fabulous. Just looks fabulous that way to keep it in dark. Got the Cupid Police on the front. Two-tone paint with the pink and with the pink all the way around, and and black in the hood, and like I said, the trunk of the vehicle. Nicely done. Give it a rugged look because I want the Cupid to be rugged too, you know. This is a tough world that we're at out there for him to do this job, but he did it well. He did it well using this police car. Nicely done. I got another Dodge Charger here. This is a Matchbox Dodge Charger casting. Had purple. It was already the casting was already colored purple. We made decals to accommodate the vehicle, and made it a domestic violence vehicle with domestic violence designs, and we did it on this purple casting with our decals. Nicely done. Monroe County Police. A fictional unit. And I figured that, you know, we made designs, and we made designs for other people with Paint Brigade designs for other people, but we did not do one for Monroe County, and we wanted to change that up. So we have a Paint Brigade. We don't have a Paint Brigade yet. That should be coming up. We're working on that design. We already did the design for it, so but we haven't installed it on the vehicle yet. But nicely done on this one. Installing the domestic violence decals on there. Got the ribbon on top. Kept it a slick top. Police on the front with some white designs on it. Nicely done. Nicely done. Pretty good with the designs on this one. Nicely done. Got another casting that we did. Monroe County Police. We're doing a Alpha Pursuit here. Hot Wheels casting. Nicely done. Usually we do two of these vehicles, but we haven't gotten around to doing the second one. We was testing out the first ones. Usually the first ones we usually test it out to see if it works. So your comments are greatly appreciated. We can go with all that. We can go with that too. Got Alpha Pursuit with the police on it. Kind of we just painted it, but we maintained the matte black finish. So we painted it matte black, kept that matte black finish, painted the interior. So that's why you're seeing it done differently. You don't see any red at all. Yeah, we're not fans of that. At least for this one. And a fictional vehicle for the fictional police department. Not bad. Already had the light bar installed on top, but we decorated. Well, we chromed it up. Chromed up the light bar on there. Here's the other side. Wheels done. Kind of darkened a little bit around the sides and a little bit underneath the belly. We didn't go too far underneath the belly, but we did darken the very front and the very front and the very back of the underbelly of the vehicle. Painted that a little bit. You get that just to minimize the chrome part. The chrome part underneath. And did the lights, detailed the lights and everything else on it. Nicely done. It has a push bar on this casting that was already on there. And it just looks good. Just kept it straightforward, but we wanted to maintain. But when we refurbished this vehicle, we wanted to maintain the matte black paint scheme on it. It just looks dazzling. Have another vehicle. This is the Hot Wheels casting of the Aiken County Sheriff's Department. Nicely done. 2016, I guess. Yeah. Nicely done. It has the decals that we made ourselves. Aiken County in South Carolina, for those of you that are curious. Has the sheriff in the back, has the website on the bottom right hand corner of the bumper of the rear of the vehicle. Has the South Carolina license plate. Has the a little bit of rust on the paint job, but didn't want it to be perfect. We wanted to make sure it went through some rough spots here and there, but nicely done vehicle of the Aiken County Sheriff's Department. No push bar, but we'll show you something else on it. It had the light bar we installed with the balsa wood. Chrome pin, nicely done on the top. And got the sheriff on the underneath the grill of the front of the vehicle. Nicely done. Their fleet of vehicles is pretty uniform that way, and I like it too. And we was able to add one in there. That's a sticker decal on this one. Still that unit though. Nicely done. Aiken County Sheriff's Department in South Carolina. Next one up. Yeah, just go ahead and show you this. The FBI police. Nicely done. Kind of rough around the edges on the decals. The decals by Bill Bozo, but we kind of had to really fix this one up. For some reason it was tough. It was tough on us. It was fighting us. Not like the rest of the decal. The rest of the decal was fighting. That part was fighting us. And it got to the point where it ripped up a little bit, and we fixed it up. But still, you know, for a vehicle that's on a 2011 casting, 2012 casting, green light police Dodge Charger casting, not too bad. And let it show his wear a little bit. The FBI police is using these vehicles now after another unit left these fleet of vehicles to go into newer vehicles. Not bad. FBI police on here on this one would use these Dodge Chargers. Some of them, not all of them. We had a fleet of like 12 vehicles, and then we're at a point where they're using some of them now, and they may use a good portion of them, because now FBI police is going to become a fleet of vehicles as well. But nicely done. Had a light bar that was already installed when they came in. First came in as blank Dodge Charger vehicles, and then no front, no push bar on this one, but might not need one. The FBI police really most likely don't need one, but if we do, we'll install one for them right quick. It won't take long. But nicely done with the details of the lights in the front and on the grill. Nicely done. FBI police. Cool that. Let the picture wander around a little bit. Next one, next vehicle up is the Indiana State Police 2015, Ford Mustang GT. Nicely done. This came off another casting of another unit. Actually, it was just another design of a vehicle, and we refurbished it into this unit. Indiana State Police. Nicely done on that one. Has a light bar on the top that already came with the casting. The push bar already came with the casting as well. We detailed that, colored it in, and did some light designs on it with the chrome pin. Did some light designs on it on the front of the headlight in the front. Nicely done. And we just repainted the vehicle after we stripped it, after we took the tampos off from the previous unit. Nicely done. Did a little chrome on the design. Did a little light detail on the chrome, just a little bit in that window, just for it to have some lights on the side, have some type of light on the side. Decals by Bill Bozo. Thank you, Mr. Bill. Did that, and we kind of tailored the decals on there the way we to where it would fit the vehicle appropriately and professionally. We did the light designs on the, and we'll show you that too. Well, we did the detail the lights in the back, framed up the lights in the rear, and just colored it in after we framed it up. Framing it up means we just kind of, we just did used a Sharpie and traced around it around the back and give it a little bit more pop and have it framed, and that's what we call framing it up. And then we colored in the lights with another Sharpie pen. Did a great job with that. Nicely done on the backup lights. Everything else nicely detailed all the way around, to be honest with you. And on the front, you got the state trooper on the front. We just put it on the front of the hood and on the rear of on the top of the trunk on the rear of the vehicle. State police. Nicely done. So nice. We was able to do this twice. And we're going to add that to the Indiana State Police fleet that we already have in place. Nicely done. Nicely done. Next unit up is the Cleveland, Ohio Police. Made several of these vehicles, so this is a new one to add to the fleet. Dodge Charger drift car. This is a Hot Wheels casting with the spoiler on the back. It has a light bar on top already installed, the push bar already installed on the casting, and welded on the casting. Nicely done. And we just painted it black, stripped it and painted it black, and detailed it, and then add the decals. Decals came from Police Decals and Deals. Thank you, Miss Rhonda. Beautiful job as always. Kind of get your camera there. See the design at an angle, so you can see it in all its glory. Nicely done. In the back, we detailed the heck out of the back. Nicely done. Chrome pen. We used a bronze color pen or a silver Sharpie. Or a silver Sharpie or a bronze Sharpie. And just went over the lights a little bit. And then we colored it in with the actual details of the lights on the chrome pen. Backup lights underneath and the bottom part of it, and then the brake lights and stop lights on the back. Decorated it with the police and with the decals, police decals, and everything else, and license plate after that. We also did the spoiler with the red and on the left and the blue on the right, and we lit up the detailed the lights on the spoiler, just so you can get an extra look at the police vehicle. When they're in pursuit, they pull the vehicle over. It'll save them a little bit. Everybody should see them when they approach it. Nicely done, Cleveland, Ohio Police. And that's a new vehicle that we added to the fleet. Another new vehicle we added to the fleet is the Speedway, Indiana Police Department. This is a green light casting that we got the castings of one unit and we refurbished it and made it into this unit. And made it to set. We used that set. We had several of them. So this is one of the units that we're using that we refurbished it and made it to this unit. The Speedway, like I said, the Speedway Indiana Police. Nicely done. We had a previous one. We had a Speedway Police Department a vehicle that we had in our collection. We had another one, but the first one, the one we had the one we bought previously of the Speedway Police Department, and actually was a different design here than what you're seeing now. So they changed designs, but I'll show you more about that later on in the future videos. But everything else looks good on it. And I kind of like this design. I went with it and just wanted something to add to that, add to the other car to make sure, to keep it company. Because, I like things in pairs. But this one is good. Here with the police. Decals by Cardinal Police Diecast. Thank you, gentlemen. Did a great job. In this green light police casting, that already had a light bar and a push bar on the light bar on the top, push bar on the front. And like I said, we got this off of one unit. Purchased the casting of that had one particular unit, and then we changed it over, and then we refurbished it, if you want to call it refurbished, and changed it into this unit. One of many that we use this casting for. Nicely done. Have the push bar, not too much that we did to it. Everything already came with what it had. Made it look good. And we might make another one of these vehicles. We definitely have the decals for it. And might make a couple more vehicles in the fleet as well. The Indiana Speedway Police Department. It'll add to the original one that I had previously with a different decoration that I had on it. All right. Next one is the Richmond County Sheriff's Department in Augusta, Georgia. At least they serve the Augusta, Georgia area in part, but it is in the state of Georgia. This is a Hot Wheels casting of the unit. We took a picture of the police car when a friend of mine and myself and a friend of mine was shopping in Augusta. We just happened to see the vehicle. We took pictures of it, and I think we have the casting. We have the opportunity to make this vehicle look like the one that we took the picture of. And if you see it, if you see their cars, if you look on Google and see their cars, then you'll agree. Yeah, but nicely done. Decals by Cardinal Police Diecast. Light bar was already in place. Didn't need a push bar. They don't have a lot of their push bars on their fleet. If they did, they probably had it on older vehicles. This is one of the newer model vehicles. This is, like I said, the Hot Wheels 2015 Dodge Charger SRT casting. See the back. Might have to straighten out the license plate. It's barely hanging on after a pursuit. Nicely done, but the lights are good on this one. Added the sheriff. Added the bumper number on the front. Looks good. We added the light bar already came with it. And we tinted the windows on this one because the Dodge Charger this Dodge Charger Hot Wheels casting, they come with some wicked window tint. Ugh. But everything else, would look good. We tinted the windows, colored in the wheels. And it looks real good. real good. This is the front of it. Nicely done. Just colored everything in around the grill area. Looks real good. Nice design. So nice we did it twice. Here's the second one. Usually I join them at the bumper, but there we go. Nicely done. This is the Richmond County, Georgia Sheriff's Department. Boy, they look fabulous. Probably our best. We had fun making these. We had fun making these vehicles. No doubt about it. I don't think the only one that disagrees is this license plate. It's trying to run away. Hang on, we're almost there. We're almost to the end too, as well. Let's go with these. Next unit up is the New York State Police. This is a Chevy Tahoe. We made the decals ourselves on this one. The Chevy Tahoe green light casting was of another unit that we took the tampons, that we took the decals off and made into this unit. Cleaned it up and made it to this unit. We did use the decals, made the decals ourselves. Surprisingly, did not cover from end to end on this vehicle like I wanted to, but we was able to center it, looks good from a distance, and we decided to keep it. Not too bad though, not too bad. Even though it didn't reach from light to light on this one, it still looks good as it is. But nicely done. And when we did the design, once we got it over the door handles and stuff, we used microsalt and just dab the door handles. Don't use the microsalt to the microset, yes, to put it on there and lay it on there. Give it a chance to dry. Be patient. Give it a chance to dry. We let that line dry, and while we still had the line still draped over the door handles, and then we use microsalt, and we just use a paintbrush, and then use that paintbrush and just dab at the door handles. It will wrap itself around there in time. It'll soften up and wrap itself around the handles, and then once that dry, you just give it a chance to dry for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then you smooth it out, get all the bubbles out, and then straighten it up, and you should have a good clear line all the way across from one end to the other, and then you can put your secondary decal, which is the crest. That's how I was able to do it on this one. That's how I was able to do it on this one. The designs on these vehicles. And when you have to put it over the door handles, you do that. Some customizers don't even do that. They wouldn't even want to take that chance. They'll just get it slightly over underneath the door handle, and that's good too. That's good too. Whatever works for you, it'll work. But did it this way, and then I used a Sharpie and colored the door handles in once it dried completely. Then I added a light bar on the top, and then a push bar on the front. The push bar is 3D printed. Yeah, not the best push bar, but hey, it works here. Yeah, it'll clear some snow as well as do the job that it needs to do, and clear snow too. Yeah, I really believe in that. But it has a push bar. We decorated it with a chrome pin, and did the other side just as good too. Nicely done. Nothing on top other than the light bar and the label for inventory purposes. On the back, kind of left the back like it was, then added the lines to it. And this is around the door handle that comes with it, that they can lift up. Yeah, but definitely did the lines around the door handle. Did a good job. Kind of eyeball measured it, so if it doesn't look pretty, you could just blame me. But everything else looks good. And I kept the state police that was on here. That was from the last unit. Nicely done. Nicely done. Pat myself in the back. That was a good challenging build, because you had to be patient on these door handles. Gotta have the chance to let it dry, and then let it dry enough, about 5 minutes, and then go ahead and put the microsol and just use a brush and dab over the door handles. And then once you're satisfied where you want to place it at, don't be worried about the fact that it'll crumble or pinch itself around the doors. That's good. That's fine. That's what you want, actually. And just let it sit there. After you dab it with microsol, just let it sit there, let it dry, let it do its work. I know that's the tough part. We want to leave it. We just want to get to it and mess with it and stuff. But it's doing the job. when it is wrapping itself around the door handle, and it had it wrap itself, and that's why we was able to do. And when it dries completely, now we're able to, use a Sharpie and just color around the door handle a little bit. Need to be dark anyway, but it's good to go. Nicely done on the New York State Police. A Chevy Tahoe, green light Chevy Tahoe to add to the fleet. No doubt about that. Also another vehicle. Whoa. Also another vehicle I want to show you is the Vermont State Police. This is a green light casting as well of the, actually it's a Ford Explorer, but we changed it up and modified it into a police car. Modified into a police car. Installed a light bar, and we did the decals ourselves, and did the same thing on this one than we did on the New York State Police Chevy Tahoe with the decals. Micro set it all the way across to make sure it sits in place all the way through, and then just use micro set, and then just with the and just make sure you put it on there, install it on there as best as you can. Then use them and then lay it out there the way you want to, and then micro saw, use a brush, micro saw, and just use a brush and just dab over the door handles. That's it. You don't have to do the entire decal. I would recommend that you don't do the entire decal with micro saw. Just the door handles, just the areas you want to get over the hump with, and they will hold in place. Let it do its work and wrap around the door handle. Once you dab those things, let it wrap around the door handle, and then let it dry, and then do your magic and put in the sharp, and just coloring a Sharpie just around the door handles itself. Give it that professional look, and then you put the secondary. If you're making the decals like we did on this one, then we do the secondary decal. The secondary decal, I call it the secondary decals to crest, but I call it the secondary decal because I was using a white water slide decal for the decals I had to make it to. They had police crests, certain designs that had to be worked around. This whole entire thing was off of white water slide decal paper. So, and that's how I was able to get it to work. But I also colored the background green, so you have room to play with when you cut it. State Police did a great job with that. We just cut it. It was all together, but we just cut the state between the state and police, and then just installed the state on one side, police on the other. Got the license plate on it. Nicely done. Nicely done. And then we colored in the wheels. And then use the chrome pen and just hit the mill. Nicely done. In the front, we did detailed it. We colored in the grill in the front, other than the blue oval, Ford oval, and then we put the light opposite of opposite of the Ford oval, and then we colored it in. Use a Sharpie and provided a light detail on the red and blue light detail right underneath the headlights, right underneath the grill. In the headlights. Not bad. This was a fun build. And I usually don't say that about green light a lot because, most of the time with these castings, all you have to do is just put decals on, and that's a good build that's a good build as well. But also a good build because it was a little challenging, to work the door handles with the decals that you have, but that's fine. It's great. It works out well. Made 2 of them to add to the fleet as well. Now, they also have some Dodge Chargers that I'm working on as well, so we'll see how that goes. Nicely done. Nicely done. Give one more look before it goes to his fleet. One more unit to go to. And it's the South Carolina Highway Patrol. It's a Dodge Charger casting. This Greenlight casting, 2016 Greenlight casting, was of a previous unit, and we took the decals off, cleaned it up, and installed decals on this unit. Nicely done. It already came with the light bar. We just colored it in a little bit, and then already had a push bar in the front. Colored in. The wheels will look off, and they were look wobbly, so we fixed the wheels a little bit. Got that done. Also, looked like it needed to be painted a little bit, so we painted it a little bit with a paint Sharpie. Not bad. Had State Troop. We installed the decals on it with Bill Bozo decals. Thank you, Thank you, sir. License plate, everything else to go along with it. Decorated it up very, very well. Nicely detailed all the way around. And yeah, the light, when we installed it, yeah, we wanted to make it just like the actual highway patrols, you know, a highway patrol Dodge Charger vehicle that they have. Yes, where it doesn't line up all the way to the top, it lines up straight through, even though the doors look contoured, in the process. But it's just a door handle, so it looks like it's way offline, but it's not. It's centered all the way across. It's just how the vehicle is contoured and the door handles are designed. The rear door handle is higher than the driver and the passenger side door handles, and that's like that in real life on the Dodge Charger, believe it or not. So when you're installing decals, you have to adjust accordingly. And we haven't been doing that with the Hot Wheels castings, but we knew with the Greenlight castings, Hot Wheels, Matchbox castings, but with the Greenlight castings, we had to do it this way. The other ones, the Dodge Charger, the Hot Wheels and Matchbox Dodge Chargers, you had to, you didn't have to do it like that, and you can get by with it. But with these Greenlight ones, and when you get into a larger scale, if you do a larger scale like we do, then you're going to have to line these up a little bit just like they do in real life, or else you'll find yourself scratching your head trying to figure out, why is it not lining up properly? Yeah, it really doesn't line up properly to look at it when you look at it at first glance, but but from a realistic standpoint, when you see those vehicles in real life, you'll see how it's lined up, just like that, and just like this, and yeah, it gets you. It gets you sometimes, but hang in there. Hey, it's still a good build either way, and we have fun doing these customs, and a good portion of these vehicles was customs. Well, that's it, and there you have it. Our custom and purchase builds for the month of February of 2023. Thank you for watching W.K.R.H 12 Productions. Thank you for your support of watching the video, liking, sharing, commenting, and we appreciate it in your support in any way, shape, and form possible. And once again, I'm Keith. Thank you once again for watching W.K.R.H 12 Productions. We'll see you on the next one.